All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are breaking down a single, really powerful leadership shift. Seriously, it's one of those things that can completely flip a team from being dependent and kind of stuck to one that's proactive and innovative and just works.
So tell me if this sounds familiar. Your team brings you a problem, and your first instinct, of course, is to solve it. And at first, that feels good, right? You're needed, you're the competent one, you're the person with all the answers. But pretty soon, you're just drowning in everyone else's problems, your calendar is a complete disaster, and your team, well, they're basically just waiting around for you to put out the next fire.
And here is the hard truth of it all. What feels like you being a great hands-on leader is actually a trap. It's a cycle that looks super productive from the outside, but it's quietly killing your team's ability to grow, and honestly, it's probably killing your own sanity too.
Okay, so to really get why this is a trap, we have to look at this cool psychological model called the drama triangle. This idea comes from the work in The Power of Ted, and it basically says that in dysfunctional situations, people tend to fall into one of three roles. You've got the victim, who feels helpless, the persecutor, who's always pointing fingers, and then the rescuer, who just loves to swoop in and save the day.
Now, in the situation we've been talking about, you, the well-meaning leader, have basically cast yourself as the perpetual rescuer. And I know, rescuer sounds like a good thing, but it's actually the root of the entire problem. Because, you see, every single time you rescue someone, you're reinforcing this idea that they're a victim who can't solve things on their own.
And this kicks off a really vicious cycle of dependency. Your team learns, hey, the easiest thing to do is just bring the problem to the boss. Why would they bother trying to figure it out themselves? So you end up building reliance, not initiative. And that is a one-way ticket to burnout for you and total stagnation for them.
But there is a way out of this. And the breakthrough, the good news here, isn't some complicated new management theory. Nope. It's just a simple but really profound shift in your mindset that all starts with changing one little question. This right here, this is where everything changes. As the rescuer, your old instinct is to ask, okay, what's wrong and how can I fix it? See how the focus is on the problem and the hero of the story is you? The shift is to start asking, what outcome do you want and how can you start moving toward it? That simple tweak in the wording, it's a total game changer. And the effect of asking that new question is just massive. What you're doing is moving your team's entire mindset from what you could call a victim orientation, where they're just stuck on the problems, to a creator orientation, where they're focused on the outcomes. They stop looking backward at what's broken and start looking forward to what they can build.
So what this really means is your job as a leader totally changes. Your goal isn't to have all the answers anymore. Instead, it's about creating the space, the psychological safety for your team to find their own answers. It's about letting them develop their own sense of agency and power. And believe me, when you start making this shift and you stick with it, the payoff is absolutely huge. We're not talking about theory here. You will start to see a real, tangible transformation in your team's culture and, yeah, their performance.
You'll see the benefits just start to stack up. Your team members, they'll start trusting their own judgment and become way more self-reliant. New, cool, innovative ideas will start bubbling up because you're tapping into everyone's brain, not just your own. And for you, you get your time back. The whole culture shifts from, I have to ask the boss, to, hey, let's figure this out together. And the foundation for all of it? Trust. It skyrockets because you're showing them every day that you believe they're capable.
You know, the philosophy that's really powering all this is what the Arbinger Institute calls an outward mindset. All it really means is that you stop seeing your team members as objects, as either tools that help you get your work done or obstacles that are in your way, and you start seeing them as what they are, capable people with their own insights, their own ideas, and their own abilities.
So when you pull back a bit, you see this is about so much more than just day-to-day management. It's really about the kind of long-term impact you want to have. It's about your leadership legacy. And I really want to leave you with this thought because it's so powerful. Real leadership isn't measured by how many problems you can solve. It's measured by how many problem solvers you develop. That's the real mark of a great leader.
So as we wrap this up, the question on the table isn't just about a management tactic. It's a question about your entire leadership philosophy. Do you want to be the indispensable hero who eventually just burns out? Or do you want to be the empowering coach who builds a team that can truly thrive and innovate and solve big challenges all on its own? The choice really does start with that one simple question.